be making sense of some of these problems that we've come across. So Dr. Kaplan, as you know, is a medical practitioner and is very quickly becoming a friend of the show. So Doc, thanks very much for your time. Once again, welcome to the AM report. It is really difficult to try and understand the complexities, but some kids are actually coming through with very complex questions, profound questions to say the least. Let's not waste any time and jump into this very first question.
I want to know how does social distancing and playing with our friends work?
Doctor, did you hear the question there?
Not really.
Okay, I'm going to ask Mtunzi, our EP, our executive producer in the background, if he can just give us a sense of what the question was there from Saya. While I get that detail, I think let's listen again and let all of us hear what Saya had to say.
I want to know how does social distancing and playing with our friends work?
Okay. I think, Dr. Kaplan, it's about social distancing. I think Saya is asking, why can't I play with my friends? What does that have to do with the coronavirus?
Well, that is such a good question. Saya, that is such a good question for such a little person, because it's extremely difficult. When you're a little child, all you want to do is hug your friends, kiss your friends, play, touch each other all the time. And it's so important that you keep your distance, because this virus can travel to other people when you hug them and hold their hands and shake their hands and kiss them, etc. So it's just for this period of time until the virus starts to die off slowly. Then you'll have all the time in the world to hug your friends and to get closer with your buddies again.
Yeah, and you can share those juice boxes again. Doc, let's roll the second question.
I want to know, how are we going to be protected from coronavirus when we go back to school?
Now, this is an incredibly important question, Doc. I'm sure you caught that. How will we be protected from the coronavirus once we head back to school?
Well, the most important thing is you as a student, as a child, you protect yourself. It's important to understand that when you go to school, nothing's going to change from the last few months. You're still going to wear your mask. You're still going to wash your hands very, very carefully. You're going to keep social distancing, and you're going to think about where your hands go. You can't touch your hands. If someone touches you, you can't put your hands in your mouth, so you've got to sanitize your hands and wash your hands. And if someone even tries to touch your mask or pull your mask off or some joke like that, then you can't allow that. Then you must wash your hands again when you put on your mask again. Or even better, if you have a second mask, get a second mask, because then the other one will go into your pocket. Yeah. Very good question.
Great question there from Delali. I think, Doc, let's get two questions back to back now, and we'll come back to you for the answers.
I want to know who started corona.
My question is, if you get COVID-19 and you survive it, then are you immune to it, or can you get it again?
Wow, great questions there. Shall we start with Zorina's question there? Great question, Doc. Are you immune to COVID-19 once you've had it?
Well, every time you get a virus, your body's immune system gets memory to remember the next time you get that virus, so that you'll have added protection. Most of the memory that you have against viruses and past infections you get from mom when she breastfed you, if you were lucky. But if you get coronavirus, your body will remember that virus, and if it changes a little bit in the future, we hopefully will have vaccinations for you like we do have with ordinary flu. Brilliant question.
Yeah. So Kawe's question was, this is quite a political question actually. Who started the coronavirus?
Well, that is a real good question. Shall we say that coronavirus of the type that we have at the moment, the COVID-2, which is the novel coronavirus, is actually an animal virus, right? And it lives very nicely in animals. And for some reason, it jumped across to humans. We're not quite sure how or where or when it happened. But all we know is it doesn't matter who started it or how it started or where it started or when it started. What matters is what we do now to protect ourselves from getting it further in the future. So all the other things apply. You just got to be smart. You got to just remember that the coronavirus can spread to 2.5 people every time someone gets one. So what you must do if you want to beat the coronavirus is you got to give you've got to educate people around you, and if you can educate 3 or 4 of your friends every time and tell them the truth about how to stop the virus, we'll beat the virus.
Yeah, that's right. I hope US and Chinese officials were listening to that response, Doc. Let's bring you the last 2 questions.